Hello and welcome to week 14, module 14 of our project management professional training and certification program. Wow, I'm so excited about this week's training because it is the last week in our project management training program, and this week we'll be discussing about the PMP exam preparation and mock exam. All right, so here we're going to be discussing how you can prepare for the PMP exam. All right, going through the course material so far, and then also about the mock exam, the preparatory exam, right, towards the PMP certification. Okay, so that's what is called the mock exam. That's the exam you're going to take in this course. All right, so of course you're also going to be awarded a certificate for that exam. All right, but it's prerequisite to the main PMP exam. All right, so throughout this week we're going to be looking into all of that. So without further ado, let's jump in. So first, let's look at an overview. Like I said, in this final week of the PMP course, we focus on exam preparation and the conducting of the mock exam to assess your readiness for the PMP certification exam. Okay, so it's going to be all about how to prepare yourself, right, having gone through this course, and how the mock exam, as the exam you're going to be taking shortly, how it will be conducted, right, and then also we'll be looking at your readiness for the PMP certification exam. How ready are you? This week serves as a culmination of all the knowledge and skills you have acquired throughout the course. So everything you've been learning from the beginning of this course, from introduction, module 1. Okay, so it's going to also provide you opportunity to review the key concepts for the knowledge areas, the modules. All right, and then also you'll be able to test your understanding and identify areas for further study. Okay, so those key concepts in each of the modules we've looked at, the knowledge areas. All right, so what are the key concepts, like those takeaway areas we dealt with in each of the courses? You have key takeaways, right, at the end of each section. So okay, what are the key takeaways? So you're going to be reviewing those key takeaways, all right, and then be able to test your understanding. Of course, after every single module there is a quiz which you must have gone through before now. All right, so you're also going to look at how you have performed in all those quizzes. Okay, so is this for each of the models? So when you see how you have performed, you can now know those areas that you may not have performed well. Maybe your score was quite poor, all right, or very low. You understand? So you can look at those models again, go through them again, go through the introduction, go through the key concepts, go through the inputs, the tools and the techniques and the output, and get a better understanding, you know, of those areas. All right, so when you have identified those areas that you need further study, you go over them again. Then the ones that you scored quite excellently, that's fine. You may just need to review them again and refresh your memory over them. All right, the PMP exam is designed to assess your competence in project management based on the project management body of knowledge guide and other relevant resources. So the exam you will be taking in this program, and then also the PMP exam, these all help to assess your competence in project management, because you're preparing yourself to be a project manager. A project manager is an executive, one who is able to get things done, one who is able to move the needle, all right, one who is able to deliver value to the marketplace. He is the driver, of value addition in the marketplace. Do you understand? So with all that you've learned in this course, especially the PM book, and then other myriad of relevant resources that were made available for you in this program, you should be able to increase your competence, your skills, your knowledge as far as project management is concerned. So through comprehensive review sessions and practice exam, you will gain confidence in your ability to tackle the exam questions effectively and demonstrate your proficiency as a project management professional. So that is very important. Your proficiency as a project management professional is important, all right? Because globally, project management is the same tool. With all that you have learned in this course, you can go anywhere in the world, in any organization, in any sector, and apply these things, and it'll work just as effectively, right? Now, in continuation, the activities in this week are designed to simulate the exam experience, all right? Talking about the exam you're going to take in this program, okay? It simulates the main PMP exam, helping you to familiarize yourself with the format, structure, and types of questions you may encounter on the actual exam. All right, so when you do your review, you now identify those areas that you did well, those areas you didn't do quite well, go over them again, get a grasp on the key concepts. All right, and then of course we're also going to in our Q&A session look at some of the questions to expect during the exam, all right, and all that. Additionally, the mock exam allows you to gauge your performance and identify any areas where additional study or revision may be needed. So of course you're also going to be getting the results or the deliverable, the output from the exam you're going to be taking in this program, and that will also help you to identify those areas where you need to study more. Do you understand? Because becoming a competent project manager is a lifelong learning process. Do you understand? It doesn't just end with you going through the modules or the knowledge areas, or just going through this course and then you're done. No, it's a continuous iterative process for life. All right, so of course you have access to all the materials, and then from time to time you continue referencing them and reviewing them and updating and applying what you've learned and what you're learning to what you are doing and getting better results. Okay, by actively engaging in exam preparation activities this week, you will be well equipped to approach the PMP certification exam with confidence and increase your likelihood of success. Okay, so that confidence is very, very important. So if you are prepared very well, of course you have the confidence to face the exam. All right, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. All right, so when you prepare properly, you have that confidence to take on the exam and then perform very, very well. And when you do that, your likelihood of success increases exponentially. All right, so let's look at a review of the knowledge areas and the processes. Now, during this phase of PMP exam preparation and mock exam, you undergo a thorough review of all knowledge areas and processes covered in the course. Okay, so this is the time to, like I said, go back and review all the knowledge areas as well as the processes. Like we've said before, project management is a process of processes. Okay, so all the processes in each of the knowledge areas, you go over them again and ensure that you have a comprehensive or a considerable understanding. All right, a satisfactory understanding of those processes. Each knowledge areas have processes within them. Okay, so, and they've all been covered to ensure that you have a grasp on them. All right, this review will encompass revisiting key concepts, the principles, as well as tools and techniques associated with each knowledge area as defined in the PMBOK guide. All right, so like I said, those key concepts. And what are the principles, the underlying principles? Principles don't lie. Principles are universal. All right, principles, when you understand principles, it helps your practices. It helps you to be able to deliver even more effectively, and it also gives you a better understanding of the whole concept when you understand the principles. Right, so for each of the knowledge areas we've covered, endeavor to understand the underlying principles. Okay, and then also the tools and techniques associated with each knowledge area. Every knowledge area has its own tools and techniques, so you want to review all that and get a grasp of them all. Now, participants will have the opportunity to consolidate their understanding of project management principles and best practices across all domains, ensuring they are well equipped, well prepared to tackle questions related to each knowledge area on the exam. Okay, so when you've gone over the knowledge areas again, gone over the principles, and then you have a grasp of the tools and techniques, you know, the inputs, the tools and techniques, the output for each of those knowledge areas, and you'll be very well prepared to tackle questions coming from any knowledge area in this course. Now, this comprehensive review will help reinforce learning and identify any areas that may require additional focus or revision before taking the PMP certification exam. Okay, so the review process will help you to identify those areas that you need to focus on more, okay, before going for the exam. All right, let's look at exam taking strategies, time management, and then final tips for acing your PMP exam. Now, the exam taking strategies, time management, and final tips for success are crucial components of PMP exam preparation. All right, the strategies, how you manage your time, and then the tips, knowing what to do, how to go about the exam. These are very integral aspects of the exam preparation. Okay, firstly, it is essential to familiarize yourself with the exam format, the structure and types of questions typically encountered. All right, so most likely the exam format is objective questions. All right, nobody's going to ask you define this, explain that, and all that. It's all about the objective question, multiple choice questions. You're going to see the questions, and then you see options to choose from, option of answers to choose from. All right, So that's how the format is. And then for the exam that we have in this program is usually 100 questions. Okay, so you have two parts. The first part 50 questions, the second part 50 questions, all objective questions. Okay, and then when that's for the structure. And then when it comes to the types of questions that you're going to encounter, they are mostly experiential questions. What do I mean by that? They are application questions. Now you have gone through all the knowledge areas. It is assumed that you have an understanding, all right, an in-depth understanding of what project management is all about. So with that understanding of the key concepts, the principles, all right, and the overall general body of project management, it is not expected that you are when you are faced with a real life project situation, you are able to bring in that knowledge and the principles, all right, to bear in that particular project. So you'll be asked experiential questions, all right, in terms of how you apply those key concepts, the principles, the processes into your practice as a project manager. All right, so that's basically how the types of questions that you're going to be facing in the exam. All right, now time management is key during the exam, so you should allocate your time wisely to ensure you complete all questions within the allotted time frame. Okay, so when it comes to project management, of course, speed is important as well as accuracy. Okay, so those are very key components of successful project management, how you're able to manage your time, in fact, in everything you do. So of course, the exam is not going to be exempt. You should be able to prove that you're competent in how you are able to manage the exam starting out of the gate. You understand? All right, and of course, ensure that you're able to allocate your time wisely and answer all the questions within the allotted time frame to you. Now, prioritizing questions based on difficulty and marking those that require further review can help optimize time usage. So when you see the question, you can just look at them. As you just peruse through them, you can tell those ones that are more difficult, those ones that are easier to answer. All right, so probably you could just take on the easier ones first, okay, then those that require further review, further in-depth thinking, then you can take them afterwards. Strategies such as eliminating obviously incorrect options, using the process of elimination, and answering easier questions first can also aid in managing time effectively. Okay, so during the exam, go to the easier questions first, okay, instead of starting with the difficult questions and then spending all the time trying to answer them when you still have a whole lot more of questions that are easier to just take on and move on. Additionally, practicing with mock exams under simulated exam condition can help candidates gauge their readiness and improve their pacing. So your readiness as well as your pacing, how timely are you in answering the questions? These are some of the things that you get to practice and get better at before going for the PMP exam. Alright, in continuation, other valuable tips for success include thoroughly reviewing all study materials, focusing on understanding concepts rather than memorizing information, taking regular breaks during study sessions to maintain focus, and getting sufficient rest the night before the exam. So this is important, right? Because you are learning to become a project manager, all right? Not just for the exam or the certification. What you're doing is not just to take the exam or to now get certified. It goes beyond that. It goes into putting to work the things you have learned, the skills you have acquired, the thought processes that you've been taken through in this program, and bringing them to bear on the tasks that you have to do at work, whatever job, whatever role, whatever responsibility that you are given. You should be able to bring in those principles, all right, into your practices, and then we call them the best practices. The principles are inputs for best practices, all right. So instead of just going through it for the sake of the exam, you want to understand it, and that means you don't need to try to memorize, all right, the information contained in the PM book or the other study materials. Understand them, all right. Study them for the sake of understanding. Okay, that's aids you better in application. It makes it easier for you to apply them in the things that you do, unlike when you just memorize information that you can easily forget, after the exam. All right. So also taking regular breaks while you are studying, okay, will also help you in your preparation. And then getting sufficient rest the night before the exam. It's also very important so that you can be sound, you can be alert, okay, and you can think more profusely, all right, when you have had a good night's rest before the exam. Remaining calm and confident during the exam, trusting one's preparation, and avoiding overthinking are essential are also essential for success. Okay, so of course you want to remain calm and confident. You are confident because you know you are prepared properly, okay, during the exam, and then trusting that preparation is going to carry you through, okay. And also don't try overthinking, all right. Just as long as you have a basic understanding of it, just go ahead and choose the appropriate answer that best answers the question. So these are essential for success. Finally, maintaining a positive attitude and believing in your ability can contribute to a successful outcome on the PMP certification exam. Okay, so the attitude is very important. No matter the level of your preparation, how hard you work, if you don't have that positive mental attitude and believing in your own ability, nothing is going to work. Okay, you're full of fear, full of anxiety. Well, mostly the reason for fear and anxiety is due to lack of insufficient preparation, all right, or when you know that you have not prepared properly, you've not prepared very well. So that's why you have to prepare properly, all right. Ensure that you have a good understanding of the subject before going for the exam, all right. So all these will help to contribute to a successful outcome the PMP certification exam. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this week and this module, and ultimately it brings us to the conclusion of our project management professional training and certification program. Okay, so I want to encourage you to take this preparatory aspect very, very seriously. All right, so go over to the lectures in the platform, then review them again. If you have taken notes throughout the lectures, awesome, wonderful. So go over your notes, review them, look at the key concepts for each of the knowledge areas, understand the principles, all right, and then also get a grasp on the processes, the inputs, the tools and techniques, as well as the outputs, all right. And then you have a general concept of each knowledge area. Okay, so when you have this in place, then you're good to go. You just go ahead with that confidence and positive mental attitude that is required for success. All right, that's agile mindset that is required for success. And then, of course, like I said, it's not just about the exam or the certification, it's about application, right? Project management is the highest management skill in the world, and the certification is the highest all around the world. So wherever you go around the world, that recognition is there. That is the reason you have to be able to walk your talk, all right, and hold your head up high anywhere you go, because there'll be a lot of expectation from you when you say you are a certified project manager. All right, a lot will be expected from you. That's why you have to know your onion. You have to be able to prove your mettle whenever called upon. Okay, so I really want to appreciate you for your discipline and your commitment to go through this program. It's not an easy one, all right? Learning is never an easy ride. Okay, it could be very discomforting most of the time, especially when you don't feel like it. But because you know that this is important to your success, it is important to your advancement, it is important also to your organization, the society, and the world at large. That knowledge will give you that inspiration to want to apply yourself to learn more, because when you learn more, you can become more. When you become more, you can do more. All right, when you do more, you can achieve more. Okay, so this course is one of the greatest gifts that's been given to us as professionals and executives, because it makes available to you all that you require: the knowledge, the skills, the methodologies, the metrics, to be able to apply yourself appropriately in the marketplace and be able to deliver quality value that drives organizations, that drives society, and makes the world that we live a better place. Okay, so so much respect for you. I'm rooting for you, and I congratulate you in advance as you prepare and go forward to taking your PMP certification exam and becoming a certified project manager, and go out there to do amazing things. It is my privilege and honor to be a part of your journey of success and a contributing individual in the world, in the marketplace. All right, so with that, I say thank you and bye for now. Cheers.